Hi there, it's Carol with Carol B Crafts. Today we're going to be making this sweet little Valentine's Day card using the new Party Pandas stamp set. The Party Pandas stamp set is a celebration item that you can get for free with a $50 order at thestampingup.com. Now, to make the deal even sweeter, if you spend $60 using the current host code on my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, you will be able to get from me the current online class kit. So it's a double win for you. Just check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com. Get that host code and make your $60 retail purchase or more, and I will send you a free class kit. Now, I will put all of the dimensions and supplies on my website along with the link to this video. Just search Party Pandas or Valentine's Day 2018. Now, the tools that you'll need to make this card, I used the Layering Squares Framelits dies, but you don't absolutely have to have those. You can do a little bit of variation if you need to. And then I used the Sweet and Sassy Framelits dies. And then for the Happy Valentine's Day, I used the Teeny Tiny Wishes. And the Teeny Tiny Wishes is a great stamp set for all occasions. So if you haven't got this stamp set yet, it would be smart for you to pick it up. We are also going to be using some Rhinestone Basic Jewels. I'll put that number on the screen for you in case you want to order some of those. And we'll be using some of the carryover ribbon, the 1/8 inch Real Red solid ribbon. I'll put the number for that on the screen as well. This is a carryover from our holiday catalog, the Holiday 2017. And it goes perfect with the Real Red in the cardstock. Now again, like I said, the dimensions and everything will be on my website, but I'll give them to you as we go along. So we have a basic A2 card base with Thick Whisper White. We'll go ahead and crease that fold. Now this DSP is some of the gorgeous black and white DSP from the new 2018 Occasions catalog. It's called Petal Passion, and it's black and white, and I'm using this striped paper today. This piece of DSP is 4 by 5.5, and it's going to go on top of a piece of Real Red, which is 4 1/8 by 5.5. So that's going to go on top of that. With it's even on the tops and bottoms, but there's a 1/16 of an inch on each edge. But before we put that on, we want to put our ribbon, wrap our ribbon around the top. So decide which part you want to be the top, and you're going to, on the back, you're going to measure 1.5 from the bottom, or from the top, and then 3/4. 1.5 and 3/4. And it's kind of hard to see, so you'll make those marks really distinct, because when you go to put your ribbon, you want to be able to see those. So when you get those marks, you're going to put some adhesive, about 1 square of adhesive, over those marks. You'll have you'll need 2 pieces of the Real Red ribbon, 6 inches long, and on the first, the 1/2 inch, you're going to put this just below that 1/2 inch. Well, it's actually to the top, but as you're holding it, you're going to put it below. Wrap it around, and I find it's easier to lay this flat and then just match it up so that this edge is right there on the line, that 1/2 inch line. So we've done the first one. Now we're going to do the second one. The next line up, the 3/4 of an inch, you're going to do the same thing. This top part of the ribbon is going to be right there on that line. you're going to bring it around to the other 3/4 of an inch mark, and you're going to push the ribbon into that adhesive. So now you have this, and you're ready to put this on your real red cardstock. So it's going to be even on the top and the bottom, and a 1/16 of an inch on the sides. So we have this ready, and we can go ahead and put this on our card base. Now you could make this a top folding card if you wanted to. Now it's going to be even at the top with a 1/16 of an inch on each side. Okay, we have our card there. Now I'll check it to make sure there's nothing sticking over down at the edge. Now we're ready to do our stamping. We're going to stamp this bear that's holding the little Valentines, and we're going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day from the Teeny Tiny Wishes. And then on the inside we're going to stamp Love You. So let me tell you where we get these. The Layering Squares Framelits. The red scallop circle, a square, is the largest scallop square in the Layering Squares Framelits. It's also 3 inches if you wanted to just use a square that's 3 inches of the real red, because you might not have the Layering Squares Framelits. Then we have a layer of basic black that is the second largest square in the Layering Squares Framelits. And then we have a piece of Whisper White, which is the third largest square in the Layering Squares Framelits. Now this is a 2 by 3 and 1/8, 2 by 3/8 inches square if you want to just do cut a square. And then this is a 2 5/8 inch square. So you could have a 3 inch, 2 5/8, and 2 3/8 inch squares if you'd rather do that if you don't have the Layering Square Framelits. So we're going to stamp our bear on this with our Sweet and Sassy hearts. We have the wide heart, the widest heart. There's the white hearts and the regular shaped hearts. This is the smallest of the wide hearts, and it is basic black. Then we have the second smallest of the wide hearts. We're going to do a real red and a white, and then the third smallest wide heart is going to be in a real red. So let's get with our stamping. We're going to need our Stamp-A-Majig and the archival black ink, and I'm going to put our piece of Whisper White down with some snail to hold it in place. I have the little bear on a D block, so I'll go ahead and ink that up. And then I will position it. And I want to be sure that I leave room for my Happy Valentine's Day. So his ears are about 1/8 of an inch from the top of the cardstock. Ink it up really good and go straight down. Put some pressure on it to make sure that it comes in contact with the cardstock, and that looks pretty good. There's a little spot right there that I missed, that there must be something on my stamp. There is a little something or other. So if that happens, just I found that the 05 of the journaling pens, that ink matches perfectly with the archival ink, and you can just fill in any spaces that might be needing a little help. There, that looks much better. Now we're going to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day. And that's going to go just below the bear. I'm going to center it there. Okay, we have that. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and pull our little bear up. May have used a little bit too much adhesive there. Now we're going to put our heart down. And for the heart, we're going to use from the Party Pandas, the Love You stamp. So I'll put it here in the center. Okay, now we're ready to finish assembling our card. So we'll take our real red scalloped square and our basic black square. Now I'll put the panda on top of the basic black. And now we're ready to put this on our card base. So I'm going to measure. It's going to be about 1 1/4 of an inch from the bottom and 1/2 inch from the side. So I'm going to use this grid paper to kind of help me know where it's going to go. I'll put some adhesive on it. So about 1 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, this part here, just a little bit more than 1 1/4 of an inch, and then 1/2 inch from the edge. So this should be about right. Okay, now we're ready to put our smaller of the red hearts and the little black heart on our card. So we're going to do that with a glue dot. So we'll get a glue dot on the back of our black heart. Put one on each of the sides. And I'm not going to put it exactly straight on like this. I'm going to slightly turn it. As you can see, this one is slightly turned. So I'm just going to slightly turn it like that, just to give it a little interest. Now I'm going to, on the side that's going to be attached to the Whisper White, I'm going to put snail, and then on this side of the heart I'm going to put mini dimensionals. So I'll get my mini dimensionals out, and on this side is going to be mini dimensionals. Well, wait, make sure. No, it's the other side. On it, when you turn it over, it's reversed. So on this side, mini dimensionals. On this side, adhesive. So we're going to put this in the corner, just however we think it looks good. That looks good right there. Now we have just a couple of things left to do. We need to put rhinestones here, and we need to put this on the inside, and we need to put the bow. So we'll go ahead and put this on our heart for the inside. And again, it's going to be a little bit just off, just a tiny bit, just to add interest again, like I said. There. That's going to go on the inside. Now you could use glue dots or snail for this. Okay, that's our inside. Now let's do the bow. And for the bow, you're going to need 18 inches of that 1/8 inch real red ribbon. Now this is a double bow. So I'm going to bring in my camera to show you a little bit better. Okay, to make this bow, you need about a 2.5–3 inch tail. And you're going to make like a V with your fingers. You're going to go around one time towards the bottom, and then another time, so you have twice you've gone towards the bottom. Now you're going to take this tail and go all the way down straight through. You're going to bring it around, all the way around. Make sure you get it all the way around those. And then you're going to bring it over and then through. So over and under that top one, and then you're going to pull it tight towards you. And then just take it off your fingers. And you might need to fluff it up if one end doesn't want to separate. You might have to separate it with your fingers. And then you have your double bow. So we're going to get a glue dot and put this on with a glue dot. So here's our glue dot. Put the center of it there. Pinch it. And I'm going to put it like right here. You don't want the bow part, the loops, to go over the edge. So right there is about right. And then you can get your tails in place. And then you're going to trim them. And then lastly, we're going to put our basic jewels rhinestones. So the medium one, the medium size, there's 3 sizes. We're going to put a medium size one here, and that top right hand part of the heart, and then we're going to take 2 of the smaller ones and put one here and then one just below it. Not quite straight. There, that looks better. Okay, we're almost done. I just had a little afterthought. That happens to me quite often. This little heart here in the envelope, we're going to color that with red. I'm using real red Stampin' Right marker. It just adds a sweet little touch to it. Okay, so now we are finished with our sweet little Valentine with our party pandas, and I hope that you've enjoyed this class or this video, and if you saw anything that you'd like to order, check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com. Get that current host code and then you can earn customer rewards. Thanks for watching and happy Valentine's Day. Bye now.